was talking to my friend in the gym. I was like, "Oh, if we blow up, I'll make sure I don't forget you, and I'll treat you nice." And I was like, "If I do get famous, what do you want me to get you?" And he said, "Oh, 500 Terry's chocolate oranges." Do you guys have those? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to the Front Office Report. I'm joined today by Gabo and Omar. How are we doing, guys?
Great. A bit tired. I don't know. So I don't know if you guys saw Japan is looking to permanently move to a 4-day week. And I
Really?
really
Oh,
hope
I'm moving to Japan.
exactly, as a whole country. And I'm just hoping it works out so that it could be implemented on a worldwide basis.
Yo, I swear some of the Scandinavian countries do that. I'm sure they do. And like productivity goes up, efficiency goes up. Yeah, they should definitely do that. That's a real tangent.
No,
to
sorry.
start
The main point is I wish my weekend was longer. That's my point.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. How about you, Gabo? You doing all right?
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
I'll just keep it short.
Leave it at that. Sounds right. Should we get into sports? So, guys, we're gonna have a little chat about the Euros. Group stage is finished. We're all done with the group stage matches, and we're moving on to the round of 16. We had quite a good ending to the last kind of couple of groups at the end of the week. I think the highlight was the so-called group of death. So we might have a little bit of a chat about them. I don't know if you guys were watching the group of death matches. They're on at the same time, and it was sort of popping off, especially as an England fan. Obviously, England were in the running to play one of these teams. And I think during the game, at one point or another, we potentially were playing all of them. It was a crazy evening. We had goals left, right, and center. We had penalties. I mean, what an evening. One of you want to take it off? I mean, Gabo, what do you think?
Honestly, it was just so funny to see that Portugal actually went through all the standings in that group. They went from fourth to fifth, second, third. Like it was crazy. Great games. I mean, I remember I tuned out of the Portugal-France game to watch Germany towards the end, because that was, to me, it was like, what's happening? Are you guys going to go through? What's going on? So no, it was very exciting games all throughout.
Yeah, no, I was sticking with the Portugal-France. Just because I'm half French, I've got to keep an eye on my French side of things. But I think you're probably right that game was probably the more exciting. I mean, Hungary could have taken it and gone through. I think it was unlucky for them. Omar, anything grabbing you from those couple of games?
Yeah, so I mean, I was actually primarily watching the Germany Hungary game, and I think if you're a Germany fan, you have a lot of fears. But in a very weird way, you're also playing England, who have a lot of weak points. So it could be a lot worse. I think also on the flip side, I think for England, this is probably the best matchup they can have, minus Hungary, from the other three three teams. I think Portugal are really strong. I think obviously France are a favorite. I think I don't know how that game is going to turn out, because we've seen when Germany clicks, they're able to do really, really good. Like they beat Portugal 4-2. Put aside the fact that 2 of those were own goals, they still dominated that match at a very impressive rate. So I don't know. I think this is a huge game for England and Southgate, because even if they beat Germany, but they don't beat them convincingly, that to me is still a weak performance, because you guys are supposedly having one of the best teams on paper. And if you can't beat a dysfunctional Germany team, that says a lot.
Yeah, I mean, let's go into England a little bit. I mean, I think I posted to you guys on the group. I recently saw this morning reports coming through that the FA have guaranteed that no matter what England do, Southgate is safe in his job until Euro 2024, which I myself, as an England fan, I think is anger, confusion. I think is ridiculous. I mean, Gabo, what's your take on this England-Germany game? Can you see England getting through, or
No.
Germany gonna? Oh, yeah.
No, I think Germany. But the thing is, it's gonna be really, really interesting. I think I was trying to stay away from betting on this game, just because, I was tempted to be like, okay, this is gonna be a high-scoring game because it's 2 big nations, but these are 2 teams that have been doing trash at scoring. Especially for a team like Germany to have so much possession and not score. It's going to be really tough. So I'll throw it back to you after a few of my comments, but I do want to hear your thoughts on the English defense.
Okay, yeah, I'll come to that.
But what I was gonna say is like England scored 2 goals in the group stage, 2 in a group that was relatively easy, or like where you could go it all the way. Germany struggled to score.
Hey, Scotland is not an easy match, okay?
Hey, Dan isn't here. Dan isn't here. We don't have to
Dan
defend
would
him.
like to remind us all, okay?
He's not here. He can't defend himself. It's okay. I'm salty too because my team sucks too lately. So anyway, but yeah, no, I just don't see where this game ends. I really don't. I don't know if it's going to be a 1-0. I don't know if it's going to be a draw to penalties. I don't know if it's going to be a high-scoring game, but they're not the striking opportunities are not looking good. So what do you think, Seb? How's you guys' defense?
I mean, again, I think it's a difficult one because although, yes, we haven't actually conceded a goal yet, sort of like Omar said, we haven't had a particularly difficult group. We had an aging Croatia team who were, I would say, past their best. Czech Republic and Scotland, I wouldn't necessarily say are particularly fantastic in world football. So I don't really think we've been massively tested from the defensive standpoint. It is going forward that I'm sort of most concerned by. I'm pretty sure Harry Kane has not had a shot on target yet the whole tournament. It's
really,
it is, again, you look at the options that we have going forward and sort of the clubs they played for, the seasons that they had, we should be creating so much more than we are at the minute. And this is, I cannot help but bring it back to Southgate. I don't understand how this guy is so secure in his job when he's just not really putting out an England team that I think is going to challenge at all. You were very blunt and to the point. You thought, no, we're not going to beat Germany. I completely agree. I do not think that England will beat Germany. I think that they have created more in the tournament so far. They've looked far more dangerous. And as I said, we haven't been tested that much at the back. I have little to no faith in Gareth Southgate's preparation of the team for Germany, I have to say. What about you, Omar? Who are you taking? Or are we going to say something?
Yeah, so I have there's a few things I want to say. So I think as critical as we can be of England, it's also imperative to remember that Germany have the same issue. They play a 3-4-3, and they have such little faith in Timo Werner. They would literally rather play a 5'8" Serge Gnabry up front. That's how little faith they have in Timo Werner. And they've still
scored 3 times the amount of goals than England have. I know that, okay, we had a couple of own goals there, didn't we? But again, you're getting into positions that you're stressing the defense. And
but I mean, if you saw the game against Hungary, it was very underwhelming. Like, I mean, if it was like their offensive prowess isn't as I'll say the difference between them and England in terms of like offensive fluidity isn't that different. So I think that's the first point. The second point, and it's something that, again, I'm just trying to play devil's advocate for Southgate. I don't have a specific opinion about him. Is while yes, England haven't played the most dynamic, exciting football, they have gotten the results that they should. Right. So it's kind of like that Jose Mourinho style. It's like, okay, he plays really boring, counter-attacking, one-route football. But if he's winning if he's getting his team through what he needs to do, can you blame him? Right. And that would be the same thing to you, right? Like if you guys get to, for example, the semifinals or even the finals, even if you don't win it, but you get far enough, would you then be still upset with him?
I mean, the thing is, I don't think we're gonna get that far at all. I honestly could see us going out of this stage and that being it. Because I know you say about Germany not looking particularly fantastic, but if you look at the stats against Hungary, they still had 75% possession, 18 shots, 7 on target, 6 corners. They obviously pushed Hungary, and I think again, if we come under that sort of pressure, I don't think our defense will hold up to particularly well.
But I think that's more of a testament to Hungary, because that's the same team that got a draw out of France, and everyone is saying how amazing France is, yada yada yada. So I think it's more of a testament to the Hungarian team.
Yeah, I mean, even France, I don't think have really turned it on yet. I don't think they're my choice of favourites tag may be wavering slightly, but we might come back to that in a bit. I mean, if let's say we push you guys for a prediction for this England-Germany game, I know it's going to be very tough to call, but I know Gabo has said Germany will win this. Who do you take and what score?
I hate saying it, but I think it's just going to be a 1-0 Germany. I was just I don't know what I love the German squad. I've always loved the German soccer. I've always enjoyed watching it, and it's just you can see how much they miss a guy like Klose. You know, like you just don't have that guy anymore. But I do think they're the better team. Over England, what was it? England's they just became the lowest scoring winner group of a group
I wouldn't be
in European
surprised,
Championship
yeah.
history.
Oh wow.
Like the lowest scoring team that wins the group. And the thing is that, okay, so you're saying that they're not going to go far. If they beat Germany, they're against the winner of Sweden and Ukraine. So if they get past Germany, I do see him getting further along. I don't see Sweden or Ukraine beating them. But then again, I may be surprised. Who knows? But again, my prediction is going to stick to Germany 1-0. It's going to be a Timo Werner goal.
Okay, Chelsea fans trying to defend.
I'm not sure about that, but Omar, what do you think?
For some reason, a part of me thinks that because they're both equally so bad in having that midfield presence, that's just going to open up everything. Like if you look at both teams, their issues that they don't really have. They're aggressive, assertive dominance in the middle of the park. And that's why, for example, in England, when they get to the final third, they just get stuck. It's kind of the same issue Arsenal have. Literally how when I watch England play, it's literally Arsenal 2.0.
They just seem to run out of ideas.
Exactly. And it's pass, you pass it back to your center back, you pass it back, and then that's it. So, however, because I do think the floodgates are going to open, I want to say 3-1 Germany.
Okay. I for a second I thought you were gonna say 3-1 England. I was like, there's no way the British scored 3 goals. No way.
I mean that would be bold.
Hey, maybe it's a Timo Werner hat trick. Who knows?
I mean that definitely is not happening.
If it is, I'm putting $100 in Germany. By
the way, this is not financial advice. Please do not take what Gabo said seriously. This is not financial advice.
And I do not have the best record. So please do not.
Before I go into my prediction, I just want to kind of throw back. I know Omar, you were saying, or one of you guys was saying about sort of potential opponents for England going through to the later rounds if we win. Yeah. I mean, yes, you say we either get Sweden or Ukraine. I'd like to think we would beat those two. And then following that, it would be either Denmark, Czech Republic, Wales, or the Netherlands. I mean, probably the Netherlands. Out of those 4, I would imagine they're the most likely team for us to face. I think definitely we would bow out at that point. I mean, if we beat them, it would likely be France or Belgium in the final, and they would batter us. But I don't think it's going to happen. I really hope not, because I don't want Southgate to be riding on another semi-final when it was actually just trash teams that he's beating like 1-0 or whatever. I don't think we're going to win though. I could see Germany winning this.
I feel like for that purpose, for that mentality, you'd want them to get demolished by Germany, just so that get rid of this.
And again, this is the frustration with seeing this report about apparently he's safe till 2024 anyway. Like, what's the point? Like, even if we could have, if that's the case, he could have gone out of the group stage and still been safe. I think that's utterly ridiculous. You have to have a managerial job based on performance. If you're not any job, if you're not doing a job well, get rid of him. Like I just
Arsenal, take notes. Arsenal, take notes, please.
So I think we're clean sweep for Germany beating England. I mean, if I'm surprised, then great.
But Seb, I have a follow-up question for you. So you say you don't feel like Gareth Southgate's selection or preparation is the right thing that England need, or that is allowing them to perform well. Yeah. How would you line up England differently, or what do you feel he's doing wrong in his selection that is not allowing you guys to do as well as you should?
I mean, sort of the first point I would say is sort of like I touched on then, and you were saying it is almost that Arsenal vibe of we're picking the ball up, we're passing it around the back, no one seems to know what sort of style of play we're doing. Are we going long? Are we playing short? There's no pace, no sort of want to get the ball forward, or we do get into an attacking position. Like, I can't remember which game it was. I think it was the second group game. Sterling picks it up on the right wing. He has the overlap from the right back. He holds onto the ball, cuts back in, cuts back in, and ends up losing it.
I think that's against Scotland. I think that
yeah.
was Scotland.
Oh yeah, I think it was. Yeah. There just seems to be no direction whatsoever. And again, his sort of reliance on his tried and tested players. Like, again, Harry Kane, not one shot on target. I don't care what striker you are. If you're not getting one shot on target in 3 games, get in the bin.
But is that Harry Kane's fault, or is that like, you know, if as much as it pains me to say it, like obviously Harry Kane is a phenomenal player. Wouldn't you attribute that to your midfield? Like, why is he playing Declan Rice and Calvin Phillips?
Yeah, that
both
was
CDMs, and when you're missing creativity, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I completely agree. That was going to be my next point. I think playing the two of them together, it just doesn't work. I think Rice should be there as the holding player. I think Rice is a great player. I think he's very solid. I just think that you can't have both of them. Again, you just don't have. They can't pick up the ball and really run with it. I would love to have Rice, and then ahead of them like a Foden and a Mount.
Same.
And then you can play like Sancho, Sterling, Kane, or something like. We have these exciting young players. Play Jude Bellingham even. He's just
Saka, man of the match. Saka.
Put Saka on. Yeah, like I just think we're bringing players, and then I think Jadon Sancho having played like 10 minutes so far is ridiculous, considering the guy had like 14 goals, 15 assists in the Bundesliga this year or something like that. I think, I just don't have any faith in Southgate. Get in the bin ASAP.
Hire Seb.
Get me in, and I'll bring that Jules Rimet home for England. It will come home.
Just beware, all he's going to talk about is the Clippers. So
and Liverpool. Clippers and Liverpool. I'm just bringing all the Liverpool players in and playing them.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like hearing us ramble about sports, feel free to subscribe at the top right, check out the next videos on the left, and feel free to leave us a like at the bottom. Thank you guys for watching.